Friend, let me tell you the $100,000 lesson that taught me how important business structures matters. If this is your first time visiting my channel, my name is Precious Rutland. I'm a strategic tax advisor, and I help business owners keep more of what they earn so they don't have to keep overpaying in taxes because no one taught them. Anyhow, first thing that I noticed as I got into business is that I ended up eventually choosing to become a LLC because I thought being an LLC would give me business protection. And it does, like, according to your state. So according to a degree, it does give you protection. But federal tax-wise, tax purposes, it does not. Especially if you are the only person in your business and you may hire contractors here and there to help you. So the IRS, they look at you as a disregarded entity, meaning they're still going to tax you as a sole proprietor. So while I'm thinking that I'm making the best business decision, business structure for my business, I really wasn't. And also during that time when I first started business, I was jumping on the bandwagon because the other entrepreneurs that I talked to, they were LLCs. So of course I was like, okay, well, I need to be doing what they're doing. But little did I know or realize at the time, they had been entrepreneurs longer than me. So I had just started my business and they had already been doing business for 5-7 years before me. So I made the mistake of comparing where I was according to their level, when I really should have been focused on, where I was currently in that moment in business and focusing on these 3 things that I'm going to share with you now. Number one, the most important thing that I should have been focusing on more than what the structure was making sure that I was very clear on my products and services. And that comes into play because if you're not clear on your products and services, how are you going to manage and keep hold of your cash flow? Because then that's going to fluctuate up and down because you're not clear on your cash flow. So that leads into number 2, where you have to know how much revenue that you're bringing in. And that's very important. You need to know what your gross revenue is, because then that's where it really gets good and where it dictates for you as far as what makes sense for the entity that you're going to have. So for instance, if you're a business, let's just say you're a business consultant, or you do, fitness, wellness, therapy, perhaps. I'm just throwing some services out there. So for instance, if you're like making, let's just say, $48,000 a year, or maybe each year you're going up, and let's say maybe you're at the $120,000 mark. So the person that's at the $48,000, they wouldn't necessarily need to be jumping into an S corp just yet, because their business isn't bringing in the amount of revenue in order for them to really see the tax benefit that an S corp would receive. And again, if you're just jumping out here just to have an LLC thinking that it's going to protect you when it really doesn't, from a federal standpoint wise, it's not going to help you save on taxes. You're still going to be paying the same tax rate as you were if you were a sole proprietor. So that's just how the federal government, IRS, looks at business owners. And then the third thing that's also going to determine whether you need to be going into an S corp is, or your business structure, I should say. Let me take that back. The third thing that's going to determine what your business structure needs to be is whether or not you have other people involved in your business. So is it just going to be yourself, or do you have other members, that partners in your business? So those are like the three things that you need to consider when you're determining what your business structure is going to be. And hindsight is 22. And now that I've been in business like well over 10 years, and just learning what I know from personal entrepreneurship, and then working the 9 to 5 and learning and with finances, I could have saved myself that heartache and $100,000 over those times, thinking that I would save money. So I want you now to drop in the comments. So I've been really thinking about you, and what I'm going to be doing now is a video series. And what did I call it? I called it the 40,000K mistake most six-figure business owners make and they don't know it. Because I want to take you deeper into the whole talk about whether or not you need to be an S corp, because I've seen that that's been a huge talk. And as entrepreneurs, we're figuring these things out. For most of you, you may be your first time generation entrepreneur. And so you're Googling, you're figuring out this information. Now that AI is here, you're also using that as well. But you also need to be talking to a person that is into tax strategy and can help to guide you along your entrepreneur journey to make sure that you are not overpaying based on the business structure that you choose. So if you are interested in wanting to listen to the series that I'm doing right now, at the time of this video, go ahead and type series in the comment so I can make sure that you get the link, and you'll be notified when each video comes up so you don't miss a video in the series. Again, my name is Precious Rutland. I'm a tax resolution advisor. Thank you for watching my video.